Welcome to Rome, a city buzzing on the surface despite the economic crisis engulfing the country. But look closer and there's another side to the city and signs of another European crisis. The EU's asylum system is under attack in the courts across Europe, and Rome's homeless refugees are at the heart of the battle.
C'est à cause des guerres, nous on a quitté à Côte d'Ivoire pour aller à Libye. Mais si l'Italien il a donné papier, il n'a pas donné maison.
Siaka is 23. He's been given refugee status but nowhere to live.
Si quelqu'un qui m'a dit que si tu as des papiers, tu dors en la rue, moi il dit que c'est faux, c'est pas vrai. Mais moi-même, je vois c'est vrai, c'est réalité. Mais tu vois non, tu n'as pas vu mon papier, moi je dors en dehors.
Asylum seekers have to stay in the first EU country they enter. The UK and other northern European countries are deporting thousands back to southern Europe each year. But in the British High Court next week, lawyers will argue that conditions for asylum seekers here in Italy are a breach of their human rights.
Too much Somali here, they're sleeping.
Everywhere in Rome, we're approached by migrants who feel trapped by terrible conditions in Italy and a system that won't let them move on. This is from the Dutch police. This system is known as the Dublin regulation, after the city where it was signed into law. It's a word that's on everyone's lips.
They make Dublin back for Italy. They say, police, you are finished. No live in Netherlands. You must live for Italy. Italy, when you come, they say, go outside. Me now, I'm sleep for strata.
The system in Europe, in all Europe, is not equal. After all, the system in Italy is different from that other of Europe. So, in that case, the Dublin agreement for the refugees, I believe hard that it's not workable. It's really trap. It's a worry for me, to tell you the truth. I have been here for 2 years. Why did I stay here for 2 years? I'm doing nothing. I have made courses. I have tried to do my part, but I couldn't get any job. I choose to be legal in England than to be legal in Italy.
Thousands of refugees survive only on charity in Italy. We find Siaka at Caritas, one of the largest charities.
Bon, on n'a pas travaillé. Si on n'est pas mangé à la Caritas, nous on ne sait pas où là-bas nous on mange.
In Italy, what happens is that while you are an asylum seeker, you stay in a big center and your request is examined. Once you are a refugee, you are supposed to be sent to a center, which is part of the national system, okay? But if you have only 3,000 places, then only the first 3,000 are going to get a place, while the others will stay in the middle of the street. If you are a refugee, you are put more or less in the same situation as an economic migrant. You can have the same rights, but since the welfare system in Italy is very weak, it's a bit as if it were a right only on the paper. So it's a matter of luck.
For now, Siaka and his friends do want to make a go of it in Italy, and they're looking for work. But many others are desperately trying to beat the system and get out of Italy to northern Europe for better social support and work prospects. Here on the outskirts of Rome, a huge squat is home to around 600 refugees and migrants. Do you get many people here who have been in other European countries?
Yeah, a lot of countries just come back to here. When you find the fingerprint, you seem to be back here.
When we arrive, David comes out to talk to us.
They give me 3 years document, 3 years for 3 years document. They said to me, you can go everywhere. They give me 200 euro for transport. They left me on the street. Then I came here.
Have you ever tried to go to another European country?
Yeah, I used to live in England. They give me 1 bedroom flat. I start after 1 week, start college. I learn English in college, Bedford College, and they give me every week £55 benefits, weekly benefit. I was happy, you know. Then after 3 months, they found my fingerprint. They said to me, you claim asylum in Italy, you cannot claim asylum again, second country. That's why we have to deport you.
Why can you not have a life in Italy?
No life, no, nothing, no life. All right, Dave.
David takes us into the squat. It's a tense place where people live in very poor conditions. We aren't allowed to film where people sleep, but we are taken to meet some of the residents. Everyone in this room has tried to leave Italy, only to be caught by a Europe-wide fingerprint database.
It's Norway.
Norway?
I'm from England, United Kingdom.
Yeah, from England.
From England.
So Dublin is a big problem.
Like
virus.
Like virus.
It's no good living from Italy because no working, no house. Living is bad.
The men say that so desperate are they to beat the Dublin system, some of them have even burnt their fingertips to remove the print. But as this man discovered, after 5 days, the fingertips grew back.
It fruit like this, 5 days, 10 days after you make normal.
Normal.
Darwit tried and failed to get asylum in the UK, but he says he'll try to rejoin his family there as soon as he can.
Now 3 or 4 days I come back from England. My wife and my daughter in Birmingham. We are live together in Birmingham.
Do you hope to go back to the UK?
Yes, I will try now. Next week I will go. I will try.
After only a short time with the men, we're asked to leave. Some people in the squat aren't happy with us being here. Those who want to reform the Dublin regulations say asylum seekers should be allowed to choose where they go so that they can join their families and integrate better. Instead, the system keeps many in limbo, separated from support networks. At the back of the busy Ostiense station, we find a squalid makeshift camp, home to around 100 Afghans, including several children. We find Arif, a journalist who fled Afghanistan and passed through Italy onto the UK.
I was in England for 4 years because I know my family is living in there. I want to stay in England. I want to stay in there, but I can't because I know I have a fingerprint in Italy. They already put me back in Italy. I was very happy there. I was very happy in England. I know that I don't have nothing, but it was good for me.
Arif has been driven underground by the Dublin regulations, then separated from his brother by his fingerprints. Now, despite asking the authorities here for help, he's homeless in Rome.
Now I'm 20 days in here, but I'm very tired of everything. Just I'm thinking, what should I do? I don't know what should I do. I will try to go back in England as soon as possible I can. If they deport me back in here, I will tell him, don't deport me back in Italy, deport me back in Afghanistan.
As night falls on the camp, we meet Farouz. He represents the other side of the pressures that Italy faces. He's one of thousands who've arrived by boat into the country this year.
We came 12 hours and the speedboat. It was very fast, and the police took us and take our fingerprints. Because of the fingerprint, we are here. This is a small camp. This is a small place. When the people arrive for 4 days and 5 days, they will stay here. After that, they will escape. If they have fingerprints, so they will stay. If they don't have fingerprints, they will leave this.
60,000 people have arrived onto the Italian coast alone this year, fuelled by the crisis in North Africa. Last week saw violence break out in a holding centre on the island of Lampedusa. The Italian government says it's doing what it can in difficult circumstances. Together with Greece, it's under the twin pressures of a financial crisis and its position on the southern borders of Europe. The situation for asylum seekers in Greece is far worse, however, and Dublin removals there are currently suspended from the UK. Next week, lawyers hope to stop the British government sending asylum seekers back to Italy as well. While the diplomatic and legal battles continue over who should take which refugees and what support they should offer, Those caught in the trap of the Dublin regulations say it's Europe as a whole that's failing to protect them.
I want to ask the governors of all the European countries that where is the help? I want to see. This is the help, especially the government of UK. Since all the people, when they are going that they says you are not, you're lying. Why people should say lie? Don't you see?